You can sit perfectly still in a quiet room, and your brain can make 10 seconds feel agonizingly slow. Yet that same brain can make an entire week vanish before you even notice it passed. We walk around assuming our minds operate like an internal stopwatch. We think there is a background process quietly ticking away, objectively measuring the length of our days with mechanical precision. But neurological time is highly unstable. What you experience as duration is actually a flexible reality that your brain builds, moment by moment, out of attention and memory. Your biological hardware isn't actually trying to keep track of the hours. It actively manipulates how time feels in order to prioritize the data you need to survive whatever is happening around you. To understand how this works, you have to let go of the idea that you have a single biological clock. The mind actually relies on two entirely different systems of time perception. This diagram illustrates a baseline data flow model of the first system, the present clock. When you are currently living through an event, your brain estimates its duration by counting how much mental information is being processed. It monitors a steady stream of incoming signals. When you are bored or waiting in line, your attention turns inward. You start noticing tiny sounds, random thoughts, and even your own breathing. This intense internal focus floods the system with data points, and the clock feels agonizingly slow. But when you are deeply absorbed in a conversation or a project, your focus shifts entirely outward. The brain strips away all that non-essential internal noise to conserve energy. With fewer signals marking the passing moments, time compresses. 2 hours can feel like 20 minutes. Attention explains why a slow afternoon drags out. But the system gets pushed to its absolute limits during a moment of sudden physical danger. A car swerves into your lane, or you slip on an icy step. Instantly, your sensory processing slams open. Your brain enters a state of hyper-alertness, aggressively capturing every available detail about the environment to keep you alive. You aren't warping the physical laws of the universe. Your mind is simply recording the emergency at a much higher frame rate than usual. In the present moment, the rule is straightforward. An increase in mental data stretches the feeling of time, while a decrease in data shrinks it. This timeline represents how the second system operates, the past clock. Once an event is over, your brain judges how long it lasted strictly by counting distinct mental landmarks left behind in your memory. Think about being a kid. You were constantly dealing with new classrooms, rules, and discoveries. This constant barrage of first-time experiences created densely packed memory traces, which physically stretches out the timeline of your early years in retrospect. Then you grow up. Days settle into predictable cycles of commuting, working, and sleeping. A familiar routine offers almost zero new data. With very few unique landmarks to hold on to, the timeline collapses inward. Calendar years do not speed up as you get older. Your brain simply becomes incredibly efficient at storing repetitive data, making those months seem shorter because there is so little distinct information left to review. A highly engaging vacation feels like it flies by while you are living it because your attention is entirely focused outward. But when you get home, the trip feels expansive because your memory is suddenly filled with new locations and experiences. A monotonous month at the office does the exact opposite. Staring at the clock makes the days drag on endlessly in the present. But once the month is over, it completely vanishes from your memory because nothing new happened. Your brain constantly rewrites the lifespan of an experience. A short event can feel long, and a long period can feel completely empty, depending entirely on whether you are inside the moment or looking back at it. That unsettling sensation that life is slipping away as you age is a direct biological symptom of extreme sameness. You cannot add physical hours to your day, but you can manually supply your brain with the new construction material it needs to slow down your perception of the past. It requires micro-disruptions, taking a different transit route, exploring an unfamiliar part of your city, or learning a complex skill forces your sensory systems to wake up and generate fresh mental markers. Injecting these small bursts of novelty actively hacks the past clock. You give your brain the exact data it needs to expand the physical footprint of an otherwise routine year in your memory. The mind does not count years, it counts difference. Your perception of time is an active decision your brain makes about what deserves to be large. And that means you have the power to intentionally stretch the limits of your own subjective timeline.